flip is the word we're supposed to use here. Now I know I normally have been sharing piano covers, piano tutorials, but I'm also very much into hip hop in general, including hip hop production, and I hope to share some more of that. But also when I do that, I want to teach you and give you tutorials for how to take hip hop to the next level, whether you're playing on piano or you're producing it, or whatever. First, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the original sample. I'm going to kind of tap it out here on the keys, and then what I'm going to do is show you how to turn that into 12/8, and then how to flip that again back into a new version of 4/4. The point here with this is that when you're sampling music, at least as far as I understand it, is the more creative you can get with how you use the samples that you use. That's the ultimate goal, right? That's the point of this video, is to show you a way that you can take samples and turn them into something more interesting. Here's the sample that I use. Okay, so that's it. By the way, at the very end of this, I'm going to show you the entire song. I'm going to show you a sample of the final song, and then I'll link to the actual full song in the description below. The snippet of the sample that I used for this section is right here. All got to come together, yes and one. All got to come together, yes and one. So it's just four samples. It's two measures long, and to count it out loud, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. What you want to do first is know how to subdivide that. Each sample is 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. What you want to be able to do is subdivide that or count that into eighth notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And all you're going to do to turn this into something that's in 12/8, or to kind of flip this around, is you're going to hit the next sample 1/8 note early. So instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you're going to hit it 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, or if you want to just count those in fours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 becomes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You're taking it in groups of 4 down to groups of 3. Like I said, you can do this with any sample, and I find it's almost easier to kind of ignore what the sample sounds like. You can even plug it into, and I can show you here, you can plug it into your MIDI editor. This is the section of the song. You can see it's subdivided into eighth notes, and if you want to just do this right in your MIDI, normally this sample would be over here. That's what would make this in 4/4, but instead I'm hitting it every 3 eighth notes instead. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's what gives it that different feel. That sounds like it's in 12/8 or 3/4. You could not even worry about counting any of this. You can simply plot your samples out every 4 eighth notes and bump them all over one eighth note, and you'll have this feel. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We've gone from this to this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can take this as your new beat. And now think 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So here's the evolution of the beat. We started with the sample 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then we go to the 12/8 version. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Going from here to here, the clapping changes. It slows down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or it speeds up rather. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the third iteration of it takes this new beat and now makes that the beat 1 and 2 and 3. And instead of doing 3 notes in that beat, we do 2 notes. Here's what it sounds like in the actual song when I do that. And now this entire section, which is 1, 2, 3, 4.5 measures. Okay, and you can just take what you're seeing on the screen right here and you can copy this. You can just copy the MIDI. So this measure here is where it's the first sort of flip of that sample, and then from here over to here is the second version of that. And to see that version clearly, I've got to turn on 16th notes. And now what we have here is for this section is we have a sample starting every third 16th note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's what gives it that further development, that further sound. Here's the sample as is in the regular tempo. Now here it is chopping off that last eighth note. And now here it is, the final version, where we take that and we turn it into a new tempo entirely. And I'm kind of changing around the notes a little bit as I do that, but you probably get. Okay, now I'm going to play this section with without anything. I mean, with all the instruments, and then I'll let you hear some of this track. So I'll do it once, just with the sample, and then I'll unsolo that. And finally what I'll do is I'll back it up to the section that leads into that so you can hear the lead in. Here it is here. So I'm going to play this from the beginning, give you a little sample of this, and then you can check the link in the description below for everything.